Hello and welcome to the Aid Station. I'm Chris Robb, and today I'm really excited to head to Tallinn in Estonia, where we meet Renna Nelis, the General Manager of the Tallinn Marathon. Hi Renna, great to meet you.
Yeah, hello. Great to meet you too. Thank you.
I'd love to maybe start by getting you to tell us a little bit about your background, please.
Yes, I'm from Estonia, from Tallinn. Actually, I was born here in the biggest island of Estonia. It's called Saaremaa. In childhood, I loved sport very much. Actually, my grandpa was high jumper, so maybe it is a little bit genetical. But yes, I loved running and dancing and orienteering. So, but all sport was based on running. So this is like my favorite. In university, I studied actually Scandinavian languages. I'm Danish philology, but yeah, like I said, sport has always been in my heart. So in year 2000, a friend of mine invited me to join a team to organize a new running event. The name was Tallinn Autumn Race, because it happened always in September. And it is former running event of Tallinn Marathon. So now is the name Tallinn Marathon. So the company where I work is called Sport Event Team. And over the last 20 years, Sport Event Team has organized over 400 different sporting events, including marathons and other long distance races or runs, triathlons, ski marathons, and cycling events. So our biggest running events are Tallinn Marathon. In 2018, we had almost 24,000 participants. Then we have also very big women's only run. It's called May Run because it is happening in May, in months May, and May is also very popular woman name in Tallinn, in Estonia. So and that, in this women's challenge there are like 12,000, 13,000 women running. So it is very popular here in Estonia. And about my background, maybe also I will mention that 2007 we moved our course to the center of the city, Tallinn Marathon course, and the goal was that we need to have also marathon race in the program. Before we had half marathon and 10K, but like every big cities has their own marathon. So Tallinn needed that too. So in 2010 we organized the first marathon here in Tallinn. And of course, before to organize a marathon, I needed to run by myself, and I was just getting 30. And I was like, okay, everyone has, I guess, the to-do list that I need to run a marathon, check. So I chose Venice Marathon in Italy. And 2009, I ran my first marathon. And I have to say, I felt love into the marathon distance. And before the race, I said that, okay, one marathon in my year. But now I have run 17 marathons all over the world. I am like a marathon tourist. I always, choose a new destination to run. So it is very excited to go to some country to see around and also run a marathon. So I'm a marathon tourist as well.
Wow, that's a wonderful story. That's absolutely amazing, and what a beautiful country. I was having a look online before we started. Well, just in the lead up to this, and I mean, Tallinn's obviously a beautiful city, a medieval city, and Estonia looks absolutely beautiful. So, what some would probably say that you don't have much reason to leave because you live in such a beautiful place. But that's one of the joys of the marathon is to travel around. And we were talking. It seems like your kind of lockdown. A lot of things have been closed down. You didn't have to stay at home, but you were saying you had some fairly strict guidelines where whilst you could get out, it was only you're only allowed to go out in groups of two, and you had to be 2 meters apart from each other. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. That it was not, very easy time, because if you are at home and you can see on TV only news about how many is in the virus, how many is needing, how many needs help for medical help for breathing, and how many has passed away. So it has been that, there was nothing else that only COVID-19. So it was a little bit scary time. But in Estonia, we actually you know had it a little bit, how to say, easier. I don't know,
Mhm.
is it a good way to say, but we haven't had real lockdown. We could go out of houses, but in Estonia we needed to follow a 2+2 rule. So it means that two people together can go out, and if you meet some others, then 2 meters need to be between them. So and if you are with families, so families, you would go out with your family. It was not it was allowed, but all shopping centers, cinemas, gyms was closed. So you just could be outside, not inside in somewhere.
Mm. And you were saying that that's been released a little bit now, which is in some ways wonderful for you because you've got this incredible kind of double role where you're a mother of three children under seven, I think you said, with the youngest being one, and you got this general manager role in the business, trying to work from home, trying to manage the business. Tell us a little bit about some of those challenges that you've had, please.
Yeah, actually, I'm on maternity leave right now with my third baby, and you're right, she's 1 year old, and I haven't planned to go back to work before August, because in September we have Tallinn Marathon, and then there is always a lot of work to do. But because of this different situation in the world, I decided to go back earlier, because there was new situation. All new strategical plan needs to be done. If before we had just plan A, it is the full program, and the marathon is done. But now you need to have so many plans that you don't know what the government says. Maybe right now until August we can have public events up to 1,000 participants. So we have our marathon in September. We are not, we don't know, can we organize that? So that means that you need to have plan A, B, C, and D. So and of course we was also working at home, and if you need to work and you have your 3 children at home, so you need to be a better, to manage your time better. So
Yeah.
because everything need to be done, needs to be done. So it was the biggest challenge, actually, work at home with your 3, and be at home with these 3 kids. So I was lucky that my husband is teacher, and so school was closed as well. So when I needed to work, he could go out with kids, and so it was a little bit easier to do this that way.
Wow, sounds like interesting and challenging times, and obviously leading a company. Something I always like to talk about on the aid station is leadership. You know, how have been some of those kind of leadership decisions you've had to make? Have you had to put staff off? How do you, as a leader, where do you take some of your guidelines from? Have you had any, you know, people in your life that have taught you great leadership things that you'd like to share with some of the listeners?
Yeah, actually, yes, we had big plans before the pandemic, because last year we got Tallinn Marathon got World Athletics bronze label.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have even more foreign runners. We expected to have more foreign runners to come here, because you know we have this label, and some runners are checking also that the quality of the events is guaranteed when you have this label, you know. And we expected to have more foreign runners, and also to have more Estonian runners, but and that's why we wanted to hire 2 more people to do our team. So of course, because of the virus, we needed to cancel this plan.
Hmm.
But now where the the situation is getting normal again, I was talking with my colleague, because we are 2 in the board of the organization, that maybe we still can still hire one people instead of 2, because you know, the communication is even more important now,
Yeah.
and you know, all the social medias posts and everything like that. So actually we don't need to send people away, send our you know team members away, but we want to hire 1 more.
Okay.
So it's a
How
little
many in your
maybe,
team,
but it,
Renna?
yeah, right now in every day there is 5 in our office, so
Okay.
it is not a big team, but yes, of course, when we have a race coming, then we have a lot of volunteers, and up
Yes.
to 1,000. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and you've got quite a portfolio of events, and that's one of these things across the industry, isn't it? You have these small teams of people putting on these amazing big events, and you work long hours and rely on volunteers. But you know, it seems like amazing success in terms of being able to grow to that many people. And I think I read that you have people coming in from 65 countries. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved our course to the center of the city in 2010,
Yes.
and then we had 12,000 participants, and 100 was from abroad.
Wow.
So 2018 we doubled our participation.
Yeah.
So it was 24,000 participants, and almost 5,000 from abroad. So actually it has been a big growth, and and big success for us, and the growth has been fast, and it is also because of AIMS World Congress. AIMS is Association of International Marathon and Distance Races, you know, but maybe someone doesn't know
Yes. Yeah.
them.
No. Tell the
So
story about. We were talking about it beforehand. You had the Ames Congress there, which is amazing. Yeah.
yes, so it took place in 2018, and also this uh, this give us a lot of how to say it, advertise. No,
Hmm.
it was really good to have you know, people all over the world here in Estonia, and 2018 was also a remarkable year for Estonia. Our country had 100 years anniversary, so it is
Ah,
100 years from our independence.
yes.
So it was nice to have visitors from abroad to celebrate also our anniversary.
Wow, that's wonderful. And we were talking before we we probably would have met in person in Batumi at the AIMS Congress this year, where I was going to be speaking and moderating, but that's been cancelled, and hopefully we'll get to catch up at the next one, which would be wonderful. And I'd love to maybe end by hearing something inspiring, if you wouldn't mind. If you've got an inspiring story. I mean, you're an incredibly inspiring woman, running 17 marathons, managing 3 kids under 7, and an organization that's grown this marathon. So it's an inspirational story, which I'm sure is going to inspire many people that are listening. But is there something that inspires you, a story that you'd like to share, or something that you've seen that you'd like to share?
Yes, I am part of AIMS Women's Commission.
I saw that.
You had, yeah. So we have we have new website. So I help them, or we put that there different kind of stories, all over the world. People is sharing with us, and it is funny that I can see that. These stories, is like inspiration for me. If I read or if I hear or see from TV someone good or something special, then it give me inspiration or give me encouragement and to be my better me.
Yeah.
So because, for example, sometimes where kids are are making a lot of noise, and you put them to the sleep, and then you make, okay, I had some work to do, I put one story to the web, and then I read that story, and then, okay, where is my running shoes? I need to find them now, because it was so inspiring story. I need to go to run, and after that I feel I'm better me. So
oh yeah, wonderful.
That's I think the stories are quite important. Every one of us has some story to tell, so we just need to listen.
That's a wonderful thing, isn't it? And I think that's one of the wonderful things about our sport, which, as you say, everyone's got a different story, a reason why they're participating, why they get to the start line, the adversity that they overcome, and it's this wonderful opportunity to celebrate and share together. Renna, it's been fantastic speaking to you. Thank you so much, and I really hope that there'll be an opportunity for us to catch up face to face at the next AIMS Congress. But thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you, and go to run.
I will. I'll go running. Thank you. Thanks so much.